I haven't made a YouTube in like 2 years. I basically came back just to talk about this palette. Spoiler alert about the topic of this video. This palette is amazing. I love it. And I'm gonna go into deep reasoning as to why. We're gonna talk all about it and why I love it. And what you should consider before you buy it. I try and take a more minimal approach with beauty these days. Minimal, small collection, finish what I own. You know, like that kind of mentality. And this palette is like the ultimate representation of that, I feel like. Okay, I might be being a little bit dramatic. It's just a neutral palette, but it's freaking nice. Okay. Let's talk about the size of this palette. It fits in the palm of my hand beautifully. The packaging is wonderful. It's very prone to fingerprints, as you can see, but this reflective light rose gold packaging is a stunner and it feels sturdy. This thing is $90, okay? So I bought it with my own money and it hurt a little bit. Like the wallet was a little bit upset, but I'm gonna say worth. So worth it. But that's for me. I'm not gonna encourage you to buy it, like get up and go buy it right now, even though this is obviously a very positive raving review about it right off the bat. But I want you to consider some things before you get it. Just for comparison's sake, I have the bronze Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. This is the 15 pan. This thing is a little obnoxious to hold. I don't know if it's just me. Anyone else in the comments just don't like large palettes these days because you can barely grip it when you're applying your eyes. But I don't really reach for the mattes or shimmers in this palette because they're how do I explain? The lightest shade in this palette isn't light enough for a transition, and the darker shade is too red, you know? And the shimmers all kind of look similar. Whereas this one is just the perfect curated palette. Like, I can see that there is a vision in this palette, and to me, that vision is, this bad boy is for beginners. Like, this thing is for beginners or your jet setting everyday makeup look. All in one, you know what I mean? Like, it's got a vision and it's presenting to you everything you need in a palette, and it's really well thought out. And I typically actually really don't like it when there's a face and eyeshadow in one. I like having it separate because a lot of brands mess up the color story and like it's not practical, but this thing is so practical. In this palette, you get 3 finely milled high quality matte eyeshadows and 2 beautiful shimmers, and the purpose of which are written down as the shade names. Like, that's like another reason why I feel like this is made for beginners. It's very simple. It's just, here you go. You can't possibly mess up your makeup with this palette. I am wearing it right now, just by the way, if you're wondering, with very minimal makeup otherwise. Just got a little bit of eyeliner. Actually completely forgot to do my brows because that's not the purpose of this video at all. I'm wearing the blush, the highlight, and the eyeshadow, and it took me like 30 seconds. Like, I cannot be bothered pulling out more than 3 brushes to do my makeup these days. This palette took 1 brush. I used the same one for my eyeshadow and my highlighter. That is right, and the rest I did with my fingers. So, love that. Now, a point of contention for this palette is the cream blush. A lot of brands' cream blushes are very creamy. This is very dense. It's almost like hard, like, oh, it's a little dry, you know, like that can move your foundation. So just be aware of that. If you're a full coverage kind of girl, like trying to spread this onto your cheeks may be an ordeal for you, so you might not like that. You basically can only get really good color payoff with dense applications, such as with your fingers or with a dense stippling brush, maybe a sponge, but it's kind of like a hard cream. But that could be a pro and a con depending on how your own makeup routine works. For example, for me, it's a freaking pro. I hate it when cream blushes stay sticky, you know? You apply it and it's got that nice dewy effect, but at what cost, you know? Like, it's your hair gets in it and then it stays in it. It drags across your face. You can feel it still being tacky. And if you get rid of the tackiness by putting on some powder, then you lose the glow. Whereas this blush has a very subtle glow to it, but it dries down matte and it stays put, and it's just wonderful. It's cream, but it doesn't stay sticky, and I love that. And if you want extra glow, you just chuck on some of this very nice highlighter. Look, the highlighter is very wonderful, but if you're a big makeup consumer, there's a high chance you have something very similar or duplicable in your collection. Same with these eyeshadows. I want you to consider before you buy it, do you need more neutral eyeshadows? Because you most likely don't actually need this palette, and for the price point, you can do a lot of things with $90, okay? But if you're looking for a gift, I would say this is really wonderful for someone who's getting into makeup. You want to give them something nice, high quality that they'll use for a very long time. You can give it to yourself if you are in need of a one and done makeup product. Something that you can just take with you on your traveling excursions. Or maybe you just want to declutter your life out of the really large 25 pan eyeshadow palettes out there and just want to keep it simple. This is pretty good for that. This palette is versatile, even though it is very basic. You can do a smoky look with the smoke color. You can do simple one finger, one eyeshadow looks with any of these shimmers. You can even apply the cream blush on your lids as well for a monochrome pinky look. This like warm brick color would look really nice as an eyeshadow. You can do transition and crease, or just one or the other, with a fluffy brush all over your lid, and you're ready to go out the door, just like that. You can obviously use all of them. Blend your darker color towards that. Use these as all over the lid, and then use smoke as the winged eyeliner for a very soft wing. You can chuck, I love outer corner just all over the lid. That's beautiful. I'm wearing it today as that, and inner corner on the inner corner, and that's what I've done basically. So today on my eyes we have inner corner on the inner corner, applied with my little finger. We got outer corner applied with my finger as well, and just a bit of crease and transition all over, and then a bit of smoke right out here on the outer corner. Really simple. It's wonderful. Does that wrap it up? Oh right, there's one other thing I want to talk about. The blush shade is really lovely as a natural everyday shade for people with warm skin tone like mine. This color is a warm brick. It just looks absolutely stunning on tan skin and warm skin. And I believe on pale and cooler skin tones, this kind of color will add a lot more contrast to your skin, so have a think about that. It might give you kind of like an obvious e-girl kind of vibe, or like freckle, like a sunburnt freckled face kind of vibe, which is cute. It's really cute, but the warmth of it might not work with your personal style if you're more pale or cool toned. Okay, final thoughts. Is this product Amy approved? Yes. But I would recommend you buy it if you check these boxes, being one, you will make good use out of this blush shade. There's no point in buying this kind of like whole palette if you're not going to use every single color. Number two, are you in need of wonderful, everyday, easy to go, kind of easy to use neutrals? If so, go for it. Number three, are you looking to kind of splurge and invest in like your first ever basic palette, or give it as a gift? Also great, yes. Checking these boxes, then go for it. Love it. Also a very fingerprinted mirror. It's very handy. Like this bad boy is so handy for travel. I cannot wait to travel with it. Oh my god. And it looks so stinking cute. But yes, it's very expensive. Anyway, so that wraps up the video. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was informative. I will be making videos once a week starting from today, so hopefully you'll stick around for more. So don't forget to subscribe. I'll be doing beauty, lifestyle, etc, etc. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, bye.